Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Friday. All right, guys. Well, I don't know if you have seen that we did our hot messy topics on Up and Adam channel 1, but welcome back to Up and Adam channel 2. We have a lot to talk about, you guys. Lots to talk about, lots to discuss. And right after hot messy, we have our members only, where we're going to get into a little bit more detail as to what's actually happening behind the scenes with us at the moment. So hopefully you guys can join us for that. There's some exciting things, some really heart-wrenching things, and then just some stupid mistakes, but that all lies on me. So you guys will see for yourselves. Just join the members. But in the meantime, smash the like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and let's jump right in. All right, guys. So I did a video yesterday talking about Teresa Giudice apparently opening up the door to her cousin, Kathy. You guys remember Kathy and Rich and her sister, Rosie. They were on the show for a long time. We always talked about cannolis. And listen, they just built like this massive mansion that's absolutely incredible. But at the end of the day, the whole premise of that video was just the fact that there was a report saying that Teresa reached out to Kathy in order to get her to come back on the show, and that Kathy did not want to film with her. She denied this. And so I did a TikTok on it. And usually when I do TikToks, I do the same things for Reels on Instagram. And Teresa Giudice commented on my Reel and she said, "This is not true." Okay. So I guess we can put that to bed. I mean, I was wondering only because one, it didn't make sense. Kathy and Rich do not like Joe and Melissa. So if we were trying to find any sort of resolution, this wouldn't make sense considering the fact that Kathy would only be brought on in order to support Teresa in this situation. But then that would bring us back to the same place that we were when the show got put on pause. And if it was bringing us back to the same place when the show got put on pause, then what would be the point of putting it on pause if we weren't going to change any of the dynamics to begin with? You know what I mean? I think that makes sense. But yeah. They just claim that the producers of The Real Housewives in New Jersey have indicated that there's no interest in capturing Teresa and Joe's reconciliation attempt in a new season. And Joe has also acknowledged that Teresa texted him, but there was an insider that said Joe is acting egotistical and wants her to beg for an apology before he'll ever entertain a reconciliation. Right? Well, Melissa is reacting. So go on, Melissa. She addressed Teresa reconnecting with her brother Joe, and she says that she's always for healing and said for the sake of their kids, she'd love everyone to get to a place of peace. And she said, "I never really wanted this feud, and I'm always going to be team family, always. It's not any way to live, and it's not the way that I want my children to see. We need to lead by example." Now, on the status of the show, when it comes to The Real Housewives in New Jersey, she said that she's uncertain about whether a cast announcement or season return will happen. And she said that she knows as much as we do. She also expressed caution when it comes down to all of this. She doesn't know how far the reconciliation will go, but she's open to seeing where it's going to end up. And she reiterated a million times that family is central to the core of The Real Housewives in New Jersey, and that any return for the show should be about the family. But before we end up playing her clip, we also saw where Melissa had the reaction to this whole truce between Teresa and Joe, which we covered, but more importantly, wife swap. Now, it questions whether Melissa is really on board with the reconciliation or whether there's more strategy involved. I think that we all know that she's thinking that. And maybe Melissa might be using this truce moment to position herself as what fans are sort of being skeptical about. But when it came to this article, it implies that she's navigating the optics very carefully. But going on to the wife swap and some of the other moments, in this specific article, it mentioned that Angie's wild wife swap episode was discussed, though details were a little bit limited. But it also touched on how Melissa is going to be next, and we're going to see exactly how she is navigating her own wife swap. Now, as of right now, she's portrayed as very cautiously reactive, and she says the right things about healing and family. But I think what they're suggesting is that her guard is still up and she's watching and waiting to see how things play out. I don't blame her for that at all. I mean, wouldn't you wait to see how things played out? Like, I feel like that's not like, oh my God, can you believe she is waiting to see how things play out? No, that's exactly what the fuck I would do. But wait, hold on. Here's Melissa.
Never really wanted this, and I'm always going to be team family, always. So we'll see what happens. We'll see where it goes. I do think for all of our children's sake.
So as she's going through this, she's just talking about how, and her and Joe have been very open about this, how they think that the timing is a little odd. Because right now, as of right now, you know, they have done test filming. They've tested newbies. Teresa has been very open about the fact that, like, does the professor need to take the test? I really don't truly know what that has to do with anything, but they've tested newbies. They've seen probably at this point who would work and who wouldn't. Teresa was not a part of being tested. So maybe that goes back to, does the professor need to take the test? But when it comes to Joe and Melissa, like, to think that they wouldn't be cautiously optimistic or just even pessimistic in this situation. I mean, the timing, you guys. Of course, they're going to be a little weird about it. Like, okay, well, now all of a sudden, when you might be losing your $1 to $2 million salary, when there's a lot of bills to be paid, there's a lifestyle to maintain. Now you want to be in a better situation with us. Is it because you really want to be in a better position with us? Or is it because you just want to position yourself in a better place to be on the show? I'm just saying. Guys, pop off in the comment section. Let us know where you're watching from. Don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And also don't forget, we have hot, messy topics today on Up and Adam Channel 1, and then our members only right after. I love you guys. We'll see you later.